Hello everyone, how you doing? Thanks very much for joining me. I'm Dean the Vaping Biker and today is another Monday Night Live. As you know, we skipped a week as we're going to be doing from now on. It's going to be week on, week off kind of situation. And yes, am I a little bit on the dark side? Am I a little bit on the dark side? Let me know in chat. Anyway, it is Monday Night Live. If this is your first time here, the way we're going to go about this is the first 5-10 minutes I'm going to say hello to people in chat. So if you are there, then make sure you let me know who you are and where you're from and what you're vaping on. I like to know that sort of nonsense. I'm a nosy bastard. So yeah, let me know about all that sort of stuff and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes. So if you're watching this on replay, just fast forward 10 minutes and then we'll get into things. All right, splendid. So it's Monday night. It feels like forever. Did anyone tell me whether I'm too dark or not? No one said whether I'm too dark or not. Go on, let me know. Am I too dark? Look, we've got the choices of there or there. So that's option 2. I want to go with option 2 at the minute, unless anyone tells me otherwise. But, right, let's have a little look and see who's in. We're not many people coming in tonight. I don't think today's going to be a crazy busy show, purely because I've done no social media. I didn't do one last week, obviously. And I've done no social media to let people know that I'm doing one tonight. So, you know, it's too much pressure when there's too many. It's nice when there's only a sort of a smaller group of people. It's kind of nice because you can kind of have a chat and have a chat with people and all that sort of nonsense. But, you know, either. Right. I think I'm a cup, by the way. After last week's, well, not last week, week before last, Tigger shirt. Biggest teacup mug in the world. Fucking marvellous. Right. Gareth Lynch. Evening, Dean, from Gareth Lynch in Scotland near Perth. Nice to see you. I may as well stick these up. Shall I do that? Let's do that, shall we? We've got Andy Fairchild. Aha! It is tonight. Yes. David Mottram is still in 1989. Shane, glad I stayed home sick today. Well, I hope you're feeling better soon, and at least we can take your mind off things for a little while. We've got Viv. Hello, Viv. How are we doing? Even Mr. Biker, everyone in chat. Coventry calling. Lovely to see you, Viv. As always, Shane is all sickly over there in Alaska. So nice to see you, Shane. Lois, it's my first time here. I don't think it is. Andy is vaping on the Phobia Flav for him tonight. Fantastic. What else have we got? Option 2 looks great. Great. We'll stick with option 2 then. Thank you very much. Did he write? Speak as they speak up the road from me. How you getting on, my old beauty? Dreamer, Arden and SQ Templar. That's what they sound like in my neck of the woods. Anyway, go away, YouTube. Don't want to use my full name. Okay, Dean Norman, Vaping on Pravari, Mini 2.5, K-Fun Mini V3, and printed Squonker with Etna RDA, and I'm in the Netherlands. Well, nice to see you. And funnily enough, you're saying about the 3D Squonker. We'll talk about one of those a little bit later on. I do think it's desperately unprofessional. I've mentioned this before. Super unprofessional when you're sitting there just sipping away at a drink when doing a live stream. But up until literally 25 minutes ago, I was asleep on the sofa with the dog. So I'm kind of still waking up a bit and I'm a bit parched. Right. So we've got Jim is in from Seattle, vaping on a NATO tube with a drop. A lovely old job. Jesus is in from Switzerland. Lovely to see you. We've got Tristan. Good morning, Dean, from New Zealand, vaping on the Death Wish Wicked Witch and a Hellfire Venom X Squonker. Is that a Venom X or Venom 10? I don't know. My lordy, that's a huge mug. This one or this one? Could go either way. As is he to greetings, Dean, from Virginia, vaping on the Bassium with the Reverie on top. Delightful. First Bassium in the house. Lovely to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, I missed Kirk there. Good evening from Montreal. Stacked Dreamer with the Ardner. No, did I? 2 shout outs. There you go. Gareth Lynch is vaping on an old school device tonight, and a bit of new gear, the Pulse with Mike Vapes Rebirth RDA. See, look, I am still half asleep, clearly. We've got Socrates is in. How you doing, fella? Nice to see you. Alex, whoopsie. Well, Dean, was that just regionally? Well, my accent, that's my accent. Well, it's not quite my accent, but it's not far off my accent. It's only up the road, so no, it's how it rolls. Benjamin, vaping my good Dean on a drone BF Bonza setup this evening. Lovely jubbly. Good evening from the Midwest where dreams go to die, says Average Joe Vapes. John Whistler, how's it going? How's it going from Louisiana? Hexone V3 and a Bonza mech. That beard is looking very sexy. Thank you very much indeed. I did give it a brief, quick brush and a little bit of balm on it before I came on live. What else have we got going on in here? I'm having a little look. Diego, here we go. We've got another Basium vaping on the Basium and profile. Thank you very much, Diego. I hope you're enjoying them. Nice little setup you got going on there. Jesus is vaping on the what? I am vaping with the Rigbig V1 and dual post deck. Righty Kogi, lovely jubbly. We've got Mr. Lomk3. Hey, greetings from Lithuania. Vaping on my SL class and Squipe Enduro. Fantastic. We've got Grand Tally coming in from Greece. We've got John Muller saying hello and to chat as well. Some of my best friends are from Norwich. Giveaway. As if you got friends. What? Viv isn't flashing on a Skyfall. I'm vaping on mine tonight, so that's far enough. Dan Welsh. Evening, Dean. You going to Vape Expo in May? I missed yourself with you last time because you were vlogging and I didn't want to interrupt. Well, thank you very much for not interrupting, although you could have done. But no, I'm not. Sorry, not going to go. So sorry about that one. Did he? You don't want to be. He's scary. What else have we got going on here? Something. Mr. Todd giving up his signature Templar mech mod. Yeah, absolutely. Hasn't he raised a bunch of money for charity for that one? As far as I can remember, I think he might have done. So job's a good one. We've got Derry is in from Ireland, vaping on the Basium and recurve on top. Fantastic. What have we got? Maddie is saying the Squonker from BD Vapes. Any good? Don't know. And that's 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes. So we are done with all of that sort of stuff. So I think tonight is going to be a reasonably short one. There's a few things to let you know about. There's a few things to a couple of things to discuss. I guess there's a couple of things. As always, horribly unprepared. So yeah, we'll kick off with a few bits and bobs. So first off, just to let you know, looks like Australia's been hit in the balls with I'm looking at a retailer fact sheet from Australian things at the moment. From the 31st of March 2019, the sale and supply of e-cigarettes and e-cigarette products and places where e-cigarettes can be used in South Australia are regulated under the Tobacco and E-Cigarette Products Act 1997. So the very fact that it's, well, anyway. The new laws of detail, blah, 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 blah. All cigarette retailers e-cigarette retailers must comply. So what does this mean? Under these laws from 31st of March 2019, it is an offence to sell or supply e-cigarette products to a person under the age of 18. Fair enough. Probably. I don't know. Any Australians in the house? What's the smoking age in Australia? Is that 18 as well? If so, that's fine. If it's 16, like in the UK, is it 16 in the UK? Then that's a little bit wrong. Anyway, Moving on, it's also an offence to sell e-cigarette products by retail without a retail tobacco and e-cigarette merchant's licence. Now that's something that I think is going to potentially cause huge amounts of grief. I can't remember where we were talking about in a previous Monday Night Live quite a while ago. But there was I can't remember which country it is, but you could only sell vaping products if you had the license, and they just didn't give out licenses to anyone. And so it just didn't happen. So I can't remember where that was, but that sounds like it could be truly horrific. If there's a lot of kind of, not necessarily corruption, but you know, if it's one of these things where local, governors or politicians or whatever, maybe if they don't, you know, fully believe that that there is a requirement for another vape shop in the city or whatever else, I can't get my mic in the right place, then I'm assuming that they may hold back, and so that could be quite problematic. What else we got going on? Provide or offer I'll go back. So that is the, you've got to have this license. It's also an offence to provide or offer to provide free samples, prizes, gifts or other benefits, including through sponsorship, competitions and rewards in connection to the sale of e-cigarette products. It's also an offence to sell e-cigarette products from temporary outlets like sales trays and vending machines. Also use e-cigarette products in public places that are currently smoke-free under law, including a motor vehicle if a child is under the age of 16. Now that's different to the UK because you can't smoke in a car with a child in it, an under 16-year-old in the car, but you can vape. So that's a strange one. To allow for time for e-cigarette retailers to adapt their operations from October the 1st, 2019, it is an offence to advertise and promote e-cigarette products, have e-cigarette products on display at the point of sale, and sell e-cigarette products by indirect orders, including internet sales, which I imagine is going to be an absolute flipping nightmare. I imagine that is going to be, that key aspect there, the internet sales bit, is going to be just a proper kick in the bones. When it comes to the, there is a little something on here I read earlier on about the advertising. The new laws prohibit retailers from taking any action that is designed to publicise or promote e-cigarette products, smoking, which will include the use of e-cigarettes or the sale of e-cigarette products, whether by visual or auditory means. This law commences 1st of October 2019. So that's pretty horrific. And point of sale displays, the new law prohibits the display of e-cigarettes and e-cigarette products in all retail outlets. Information about signage, price, products is provided below. And what it says below is that where is it? How can I? So it asks a couple of questions. How can I assist customers who are interested in purchasing an e-cigarette product? As if the retailer was asking. Retailers can answer customer inquiries about the products available for sale to assist them in selecting the product, including allowing a customer to inspect the products upon request. So how will customers know that my shop sells e-cigarette products? Signs can be displayed inside and outside your premises to show that you sell e-cigarette products. The tobacco and e-cigarette products regulation sets out the size, colour and words that can be displayed on the signs. That's horrific. That's horrific. And so what else we got? Price tickets. Price tickets are permitted and must be compliant with tobacco and e-cigarette products regulations 2019. These regulations cover the size, colour and information that can be displayed on the price tickets, advertising of discounted products using special price tickets or other means is prohibited. One price board is permitted and must be compliant with regulations. The regulations cover the size, colour and information that can be displayed. So, I mean, that is just going to be a nightmare. I mean, essentially, it seems that if you can get a license to sell e-cigarette products, you can, like, you call your shop Vape Your Face Off, and, like, inside, there'll be nothing there. there'll be nothing there other than just maybe a lot of kind of locked boxes and tickets everywhere, which will be outrageous, which will be an absolute kick in the arse. Also, as far as I know, Australia is quite large. And so that means you can guarantee there's not going to be a vape shop in sort of quick travel distance to where a bunch of people live. And so that's 100% going to be pushing down where, you know, what people can do and the choice and the potentially life-saving effects of vaping and forcing people to continue to smoke, which is... It's an absolute stunner. I do want to have a chat with Sam, Mr. Bogan, at some point in time, but that is just, for me, that seems like it's you know, and with the internet sales as well, it'll be interesting to know if you can purchase from abroad. I've not looked into that one yet, and hopefully Sam will be able to sort of enlighten me a little bit more on that one. But no, it sounds thus far that it's just going to be an absolute nightmare. So it seems like, aside from not being able to have nice shops showing nice things, that it's all going to be very dependent on whether you can have get a license. If you can get a license, it depends how corrupt or how, you know, they look on a map and they go, oh no, there's one vape shop within a 50-mile radius already, so you can't have one. That sort of bullshit, you know. So if that kind of thing happens, then it's even more screwed, which is just a killer. So, Labworks is in. I can answer some of the questions. Are you in Australia, Labworks? Are you in Australia? Have him on the show. Absolutely. I'd like to have him on the show. It's a little bit awkward timing for him because obviously I think it's like stupid o'clock in the morning to get him to come on. But yeah, I would absolutely have to get Mr. Bogan on. I think I'm pretty sure I've had him on before. So no juice menus in shops either. Absolutely. So no, it's all basically you're going to have shops. Let me just turn my sound off on my phone. You'll have shops that will show absolutely nothing, and will just be kind of walls of price tickets, I imagine. Which is a nightmare, absolute nightmare. So that's where things like the internet, although it's going to be interesting to know, because Mr. Bogan is based in South Australia, I believe. It'll be interesting to know if he is covered under the kind of the advertising aspect of it, because I know that the UK government was a bit touch and go on kind of how YouTubers kind of fared when it came to that kind of thing. So. It's going to be it'll be a bit of a dodgy one, to be honest. Labworks, of course. Don't wake him up. I'll speak to him. Maybe we'll have a little kind of Australian special or something at some point in time. He's got kids. You can't do that to the man. But no, we'll see what goes on. We'll see what happens, I think. But no, it sounds like it's an absolute killer, and it sounds by the information that I saw that's on the sahealth.sa.gov.au website, that's it. That's legit and in there. So from the 31st of March and then the 1st of October, South Australians in trouble. So there you go. I thought I would throw that one out there. So please do keep an eye over on the Vaping Bogans channel, because if there is anything that can be done, if there is any kind of petitioning, if there is any kind of anything that can be done there, I'm confident that he will be the first person to let you all know about that. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of make people aware of it. You know, the negative stuff doesn't just happen in America; it happens all over the world, and the Australians seem like they're proper being screwed. The laws are being wheeled out Australia wide now. Holy crap balls! So yeah, it's a nightmare. What else we got? yeah, I mean, it's this kind of thing, Tristan, which I think is going to be problematic for you guys over there. I work in a vape shop in Melbourne, Victoria, and it's pretty been exactly this for about 2 years now. Vape shops in Melbourne are pumping as despite the problem with this kind of thing is when these kind of lawmakers impose these kind of rulings and then people defy them and go, well, fuck you, we're doing it anyway. Then at some point in time, they come down with an even bigger hammer and wreck things for everybody. So that's a real tough kind of playground to be in, I think. Certainly very, very difficult. When it comes down to the you know, what happens if you get caught with stuff and how screwed you get, it's pretty troublesome. And especially when it comes to things like the supplying to underage people, then both the salesperson and the manager of the shop can both get screwed on that one as well. So, boosh. Anyway, right. So that is, I don't know any more than that for the time being. However, please do keep an eye on the Vaping Bogans channel, and I'm sure he will be able to tell you much, much more. But it sounds like a proper terrible time over in Oz. So there we go. So that's that. Now then, what else have we got? Have we got any more of this left? Hold on. Okay, so where are we at? What am I vaping on? So I've been vaping on the Pure BF. That review should have been out last week. Unfortunately, due to ill health, it didn't happen. But I have been vaping my face off on that, and I still think that, particularly with that C-roll on there, that kind of matches the blasted finish of the tube there. I think that looks awesome, doesn't it? I think that looks absolutely lovely. So I've been really, really enjoying this one. It should have 100% been reviewed now, but it wasn't, and I had no control over that, unfortunately. The second thing is this mod, which we'll talk about momentarily. What else has been going on? Now then, there's obviously China's been on holiday and been doing a bunch of stuff for their new year. Pardon me, their new year. So there's been a bunch of things not going on, but I have been inundated with requests to review e-liquids, which has been nice. So that's been fun. I've enjoyed that one. What else have we got? We've got, I don't think since the last vlog, I don't think I've had any new vape gear. I'm sure one of my patrons that are in chat will be able to tell me. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. So what else has been going on? Well, I've got a new camera, which I'm very, very excited about. So I'm retiring the 77D, which is a fantastic camera, but this is no longer my A camera. This is now going to be moving across to being my B camera, and then my B camera currently, which is the Canon 200D, I'm selling that, and that's going out the door. So this is going to be on my little cage on the top there, so when we do the up close stuff, you'll be able to see things from there. But no, I'm very excited. I've switched to Fuji, which I'm very happy about. Anyone that is involved with camera stuff may have known that Canon released a new camera recently, and it's utter shit. So final straw, and decided to change up. So I moved across to Fuji, and I'm very excited. The camera's so sick. It's much nicer than things I should be allowed to have. And moving to that, there's a reason I can't have nice things. So I've got a new 3D printer as well, which is going to be for my designing and kind of prototyping stage of bits and bobs, because I needed something that was a little bit more reliable and needed less fanning around than my ANET A8, which I was previously using. So I got a Tier Time Up Mini 2 ES, which is fantastic. However, I have come into a couple of little issues. I've only printed 3 times and I broke it. And so they're sending me out some replacement bits. But one of the things, I designed a little remote holder, and this is printed with a tiny sort of a 3mm infill and various bits and bobs, like 20% infill with a 3mm layer height or something like that. I've still got some of the raft on there at the moment, but I sort of threw that together in Tinkercad, and the quality of the print on that is actually pretty damn nice. A couple of little bits of tweaking needed, but you'll see that it's not finished. It didn't go all the way to the top, and at that point my nozzle broke. So that was a bit of a nightmare. However, what I did get to... Oh, and also, while I also broke things, I also broke the Hoover today that took out half the electrics in the house. And I've broken something else. I've broken 3 things quite significantly in the last week. So having a very posh pro camera, or a prosumer camera, is terrifying, quite frankly. But, you know, we're going to do our best to look after it. Now then, what have we got? Now, this is something that I did with my patrons the other day. Before my printer broke, I printed this. And once again, this isn't perfect, but this design, little mech squonker, is on the modmaker.co.uk website as an STL file. Now, this is just a simple enough, straightforward little jobby. It's got magnets that go on the battery, and boosh, everyone's a winner. Now, I wanted to see what the tolerances were like on the printer, so I thought I'd print this off. I've got a little bit of an issue with a kind of where it sort of skipped a couple of layers just in one corner, and I've got a little tiny gap, tiny dinky little gap on the. Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it? The new camera is looking for eyes to focus on, which is fantastic. The idea, how can a camera look for eyes? But yeah, you can see just under the RDA there, that looks a little bit messy, and just a tiny gap right at the top there. But that's something that I printed off, and I didn't expect it to be that clever because I hadn't dialed in the settings. However, it's bloody marvellous. Let me have a little vape for a second. I love the black caps for the Skyfall. Yeah, they look great, don't they? Tell you, posh half, me. But yes, anyway, to tell you a bit more about this story, if you're interested in printing a mod, to let you know the costs on this one. Now, I printed it myself. However, if you get the STL file, you can go to companies like Shapeways online, and you can get people to print out stuff. Or at the same time, you can go to, and I was talking about this with my patrons, that I think it was 3dhubs.co.uk or something like that. 3D Hubs, I'm pretty sure was the name. And basically, you can search for 3D printers near you. I don't know if that's an international thing or whatever, but most 3D printing is so big now, most places will tend to have it. And so because of that, you can get these printed. You can get whatever mod you want. You know, you download the file from ModMaker. He's got a bunch of different ones on there. You can download them, get them printed up, and what I've done there is I've got a ModMaker actuator on there. I've got a ModMaker 510 with a silvered out kit going on in the middle there. Look, there we go. And a silver plate contact going up the top and the bottom, and that was it. Doddle to put together. I put that together with without any special tools whatsoever, and did it live with the patrons, and we had a couple of little challenges, but other than that, jobs are good. Super easy to do, and if you're thinking about making yourself a mod, I can highly recommend it. This is a dinky little thing. If you look at how big that is, well, I mean, you've got the 18650 in there, obviously, so that kind of gives you an idea about how big the mod is. And it's not a Skyfall on the top, that's a D Pro Mini. And so it means that I think I spent about 20 to 25 quid on the parts, and then I printed this off, so you know, it cost me what it cost me for electric and filament. But if you go and spend, I don't know, 10, 15 quid on getting this printed, or 20 or whatever it might be, then you can put together a mod yourself, which is an absolute beast, and costs very little. And the satisfaction you get from making a mod is absolutely huge. Rather annoyingly, I did design one to take 21700s, look a little bit different and have a different little logo that I'm playing around with at the moment. Thought it would be cool, and then my software completely lost that design. So, you know, that's why I printed the mod maker one. But no, I'm pleased I did. It just works really, really well. Now, someone's mentioned there, Alex, how's the thumb and coiling rod? Well, there's a thing. When I was making the thing, I had to put the dimples in the metal bit so the battery could make contact. And then the wonderful Lois decided that it would be great to use a coiling rod. That's what she uses. So I got a hammer. That was about as specialist equipment as apart from a couple of sets of pliers as I went. And she said about using a coiling rod, like just a normal Coilmaster coiling rod, which is a good idea. However, may have been a little bit enthusiastic because now I've got a bendy coil rod. That's not straight at all. So that's nice. So be careful. Don't have to hit it too hard. And I also missed at one point and decided to hammer my finger instead. But take all appropriate safety precautions and you'll be fine. But, you know, there we go. But no, all in all, that sort of thing, I think that's great. Now, I don't know if anybody... Socrates cab driver, how much? I just said. Pardon me, let me just scroll up a little bit. If you do want to ask any questions, then put at Vaping Biker and then put your question in uppercase, in capital letters. Smash that caps lock button on your keyboard because it allows me to see them a little bit easier. Right, what have we got going on here? Mick Blizzard, I watched the Squonk box build. How's the finger? Yeah, it's actually surprisingly not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be losing a nail. That didn't happen though, thankfully, yet. What else have we got going on in here? That looks cool. Thank you very much indeed. One of the things that I like about this, when Rick designed this, that pattern that's going on, I think looks really nice. And the problem you get with a lot of 3D printed products is depending on the filament, they can feel just a little bit, it's almost greasy, you know, when you've just got smooth filament going on, and they can feel a little bit funky. But having this kind of texture to it works out really, really nicely. So I'm really happy about that one. Now then, sorry, I thought something had just come in then. Right, what else we got going on here? Looks like leather. Yeah, look, it's I can't remember what colour filament this is. This is either brown or like a bronze. I can't remember. One or t'other. Right, what else have we got? LB Vapes. What's up, Dean? Hello from the USA. Nice to see you, LB. Thank you very much indeed. What else have we got? Vaping on Ethereum. Bonza says LabWorks. Excellent. What else have we got? That sounds well done. Oh, right, okay. I've wanted a single cell Squonk for a while, but that looks really cool. The thing is, even with the RDA, how much is this RDA now? Like 20 quid or something? So you could have, for 50, 60 quid, you could have a mech that you've put together. If you put some together, you will want to vape your face off on it, like all the time. That's just how it rolls. Yeah, cheap as you like. What's the name of the colour of the filament? That is a good question, and I don't know the answer. I ordered it like a year and a half ago, and I can't remember where I ordered it from. I think I ordered it from Rigid Ink. Yeah, so I can't remember, but I will. There's no point in me looking now because about 3 people are interested. But there we go. LB Vape, still using your DS. I'm going to order one on payday. Been rewatching your video. I'm not, but that's not because it's not very good. It's just because I've been obviously using a bunch of other stuff while testing, and unfortunately I can't use everything. Yes, it does feel greasy if it's flat, absolutely. And also I think it kind of gets, if you do get one printed, I would advise going against getting anything white. And if you get asked about materials, I would go for something like PETG. I printed this in PLA. Not had any issues with it, but it's not great when it comes to heat. PETG is really good for heat. What 3D printer do you have and how much was it, if I may ask? I have the Up Mini from Theatre, Up Mini 2ES. I think that's what it's called. Yes, Tier Time Up Mini 2ES, and it was not super cheap, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. Derry Murphy, how's the dog? Good. Thank you very much. I was cuddling up with her and we were having a right old sleep before I came on in here. Vaping Biker, have you got the new K-Fun? No. Svomesto don't really like me. So, no, I haven't got it. But what I will say is, while the deck looks like it's straight out of 2003, I'm not going to drink that. That's cold. I like the look of the 24mm. I think the 24mm looks lovely. I would be really interested to see if you get a proper mouth-to-lung vape, like a proper tight mouth-to-lung vape from it. Now, I know Richard, Vaping V1CK, I know he's done his review of that, and I think that went up today. So go ahead and check that out and see what he's had to say about it. I've not watched it yet, but go and see what he's saying about that one. But no, I think the 24mm looks great because it's nice and wide and squat and little and short and fat like me. Now then, what juice are you vaping? Someone's asked there. Nathan's asking, what juice am I vaping? Well, I am vaping in here a juice that I didn't think I was going to like. This is from my sample box this month, and when I tasted it when I first got it, was not interested in the slightest. I did not like it at all. However, you can see now I've powered my way through that, and I've got to say it's actually quite nice. It's not super peary. It's a puff pear, but I think it's more puff than pear. But no, it's actually very, very nice. So I've been enjoying that one. But otherwise, other stuff. I mean, I rocked through the Rogue Sucker Punch. You can see that bottle's knackered from me squeezing out every last drop. That's been happening. What else has we got? The Orange Appeal. I've been going through some of that nonsense as well. All of these came from the sample box. What else? I have been rocking a bit of this Circus Cookie as well. Didn't taste like I thought it was going to taste, and is actually not terrible. But I think this was the one that was a bit of a coil masher. It was either that one or that one. I can't remember. One of them was a bit angry on the coils, and so I stopped using it. But the only other juice that I've been going hard on is the Carnival Celebration from this one. And you can see that that's not got a whole hell of a lot left in there either. So there you go. Those are the juices that I've been rocking. Obviously not a juice review, because I think generally now, if people kind of like the same sort of juice that I like, then people get an idea whether they're likely to like something. But I had a peach one that was fucking gorgeous. Can't remember what that one was. Anyway, what else we got going on in here? No, I'm not a popcorn juice fan. I'd absolutely lovely to make a mix one, but don't know where to begin. Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. You go across to Mod Maker. You go onto the mod making information. You look for the downloadable files, and then, or you can go across to Shapeways. You get the jobby, and then you get it printed up, and then bosh, to put the bits in. So easy, so easy. We might have to do another video about making a mech at some point in time. I think Todd did one ages ago. But you know, if you want to see a proper one, then let me know. Ricardo, hey Dean, my girlfriend bought me a Bastion for Valentine's Day. Should I marry her? Absolutely. She is a keeper. Make sure that you put a rig on it. Get it done. Don't even think about it anymore. Just get it done. Right, what else we got? I'm looking for the uppercase. I can see there's a bunch of people there. Tristan says, I find the Circus Cookie taste like fairy bread, i.e. white bread and butter with hundreds and thousands. That sounds awful. Is that a thing? White bread with butter and hundreds and thousands? Get away. Is it? That's fantastic. I'm very impressed with that. That's brightened me right up. But there we go. So what we got? New camera. Talked about that. Super happy. Honestly, it even looks amazing. And I did do a quick test today of some 120 frames per second sexy B-roll stuff, and I think it's going to push my B-roll game up a notch, which I'm very excited about. Very excited. Oh, it's going to be awesome. So yeah, so that's happened. What else have we got? What else have we got? I've talked about that. I've talked about Australia, which still sucks balls. We've also got, I told you what I'm vaping on. Vaping V1CK is in the house. Look, he's like Beetlejuice. I've mentioned his name and poof, there he is. The next video is going to be for the pure BF, because I think it's great. I did have a bit of an issue with the first. I've got two, and I had a bit of an issue with the first one that I was running. Not major issue, but an issue. Spoke to them about it. They sorted it out super quickly, and yeah, and I've not been having any problems at all with this one. Right, what else have we got? Stop hassling him, Richard. Yeah, Viv, you tell him. But no, there will be this one. So this one, as long as I'm not too shagged tomorrow after tonight, then I will be kicking off with the B-roll on that bad boy. So that's going to be getting done. I'd like to try and get 2 videos up this week, but the second video may be a live one. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Also, I want you guys to throw into some words. I want you guys to throw some suggestions at me. Don't do it in chat now because I'll completely lose them. But put a comment under the video if there's things that you want to see reviewed. Now, obviously, I'm not going to review tanks, so that's not going to happen. I did think about buying a K-Fun, the new K-Fun, just to sort of give it a squiz and see if I liked it or not, and then I could talk about it in a Monday Night Live. But I know Richard has, as I said earlier on, put his review up, so go and check that out. I think he's poorly sick, bless him. Oh, he's such a trooper. But I imagine over the coming few days you'll see a bunch of people put their reviews up as well. So go and check them out. But I am interested in trying out the 24mm for sure. But no, if there is other stuff that you want to see reviewed, then let me know, because I turn down the majority of things that get offered, mostly because they're dull as piss. We're at a stage in vaping now where there's just not that much stuff that's exciting or different or stand out. So because of that, I've got no interest in just regurgitating the same old crap for you know, pod after pod after pod. And personally, I feel that at this point, people don't watch me because they're kind of looking around the internet and going, I'm thinking about quitting smoking. What should I get? Oh, look, there's a nice review on a pure BF. I think I'll try that. I don't think that kind of thing happens. I think we, as vape reviewers, it gets to a point where you're doing it because you enjoy reviewing and you like showing off new gear and all this sort of stuff. I don't like showing off the same old crap time after time after time. So I like showing things that are a little bit different and a little bit funky, or something that I think is particularly standout and particularly interesting. And so because of that, as I said, leave the comments down below if there's anything in particular. You know, we're not going to go high end. I'm not going to be going and buying any super high end stuff because I can't afford that nonsense. But let me know if there's stuff that you want to see, because I particularly if it's different, particularly if it doesn't have much coverage on YouTube. When I was just before I did the Stormbreaker review, I had a chat with Vapors Cloud and we talked about some RDAs and bits and bobs, and I said to them that years ago I reviewed the 22mm, is it 22mm Buddha the little tiny kind of little squat shaped Buddha, and it was gorgeous. I loved that RDA, and there was literally no other reviews online about it at the time, or at least I couldn't find any. And that was a little beauty that just kind of came up and nobody knew about it, and it was just a little cracker, you know. And I want to try and delve into things to try and find a little bit more of that, a little bit more of the kind of the stuff that isn't, you know, that isn't what Vandy Vape and Geek Vape just throw at people, you know, once a month or whatever else, but stuff that is just a little bit different. So if you can think of anything, please do let me know, because I'm all ears. Miguel, have you seen the new Reload S Atty? Is that the tank? Is that the tank that's got a lot of stuff? Drama all around it? I don't know. I'm aware of it. I haven't seen it or tried it. Did you get enough vids for your project? Asks Mick. I got 8, I think. So no, is the answer. But what I'm hoping to do, and I wanted to do it before now, but it's too cold. I can't go out in a wheelchair when it's super cold, because then I get hypothermia and it all goes wrong. So what I want to do, I think I'm going to go and plant myself outside a vape shop and try and get some footage of a bunch of people there, and then mix everybody that's supplied a video in with kind of a few other bits and bobs, so I can get a good solid 2-minute vid from it, you know. So what else have we got going on here? It's RDA basically Recurve rebranded. I don't know. I know that there's the tank that's got the Recurve deck in it, or very similar to the Recurve deck in it, as far as I know. But no, those guys haven't. I don't think they've ever reached out to me. I don't think the Reload people. So no, it's not for me. But no, there we go. That's it. So if you've got any other questions, wang them in now. Otherwise, we're going. And this means a nice short vlog, doesn't it? What? This never happens. It's joyous. Hey, I am really loving the fact that I've got autofocus back again. It's so good. I love it so much. John Whistler says the Kennedy vindicated. There's been a bunch of people review that, and that's been out for a while now, hasn't it? So, yeah. I think I have that, Buddha-Dean. Did it have top airflow by spinning of the chuff cap? No, I think it just had a normal AFC, like a, you know, top cap bit going inside the top cap. If memory serves correct. I'm looking for a 25mm copper RDA and another brass for my mechs. Apart from the bottom airflow Kennedy, not much around using my Apex mech. There is a few around now. There is a few RDAs, but yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I'm not a fan of copper RDAs or copper top caps, just because they're a pain in the dick to keep clean, for starters. But the other aspect is, if someone who doesn't know what they're doing gets one, and then it kind of goes green inside there and it goes all nasty and they're not paying attention, they don't clean it, then it's not really ideal. But so yeah, that's one of the things that kind of frustrates me. I'll tell you something else. I am really missing the Velocity deck. I'm really missing that deck. We're kind of the clamps and the things and the stuff. I love the Velocity deck. Yes, it spun your wires round when you tightened them up, but that was never a huge issue. It just meant you could install them. Once they were all installed, then you could clip everything off, and it was bloody marvellous. So I might have to dig out my Velocity V2 and get that going again, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. Have you got the M-Turk V2? No, I haven't. I mean, it looks all right. It looks all right. It doesn't look like there's something that we haven't really seen before. I think M-Turk is a fantastic chap. I think he's really, really cool. And I like him a lot. But as far as the RDA goes, I think it looks as though it's going to be better than the first one, which is good. But no, it's I don't know. It's not super excited. He said, "Give over," and I got the urge to wick my Medusa. Ah, it's Socrates. Right, what else have we got? The LB, the Times Vape Ardent is amazing. I did review that, didn't I? Yes, Yes, I've reviewed that already. That's good. And yes, I agree with you. I think it's a great... Surprised me, that little RDA. And I'd strongly suggest anybody that's got a Dreamer picks up an Ardent. Because without a doubt. And it also looked quite cool on the Stormbreaker as well. LV, the MTech V2, only 2 vids. Yeah, but I mean, it's literally just coming out right now. So give it another. If I was to order it tomorrow, it would take me a week to get it from the States or wherever. I'd then have to use it for another 2 weeks. So basically, in a month's time, there'll be just a ton of them. I guarantee there will be an absolute ton of reviews out by that point. But I mean, I'm not adverse to doing things. I don't try and do things soon or quick. You guys know that by now. But I think the only thing that I've done of late that was kind of around the time of release was the Stormbreaker. I think that was about the only one. And that was a little bit late as well. So, you know, that happened. Using my Velocity V2 at the moment, says Lynn. Fantastic. I mean, it was a great RDA. Yeah. Does Mrs. Biker sneak into the studio and steal all your gear? No, absolutely not. She's been running a recurve on top of her Basium now since June or earlier last year, and that's been about it. I gave her a nice Stabwood mod and a Velocity RDA and all this sort of stuff, and nah, not interested. Just kicking on with the Basium and the recurve. That's what she likes. So, you know. And that's the thing with vaping. You don't have to go out and buy new stuff just because it's there. If you've got something you like, crack on. Save your money for something more important, like cameras. Not that properly, but I've not happened across the Ardent in the UK yet. I think when I did the review, I think I'd found a distributor for it, but not a retailer at that point in the UK. What else have we got going on here? Don't forget, if you've got a question, if you put them in uppercase, it does help me because I get to see what's going on. That just went a little bit. Don't forget to tickle the like button. Richard, I love you. Should we get Richard on the show again soon? Should we do that? Let me know. We've got, what else? I want an Ardent, absolutely. What software do you use for your videos, asks Gareth. Which, for the recording, or the live streams, or the editing, or tell me more. What we talking about? Let me know a little bit more, Gareth, and I will happily illuminate you. I did that office tour thing, but I was going to kind of go further involved and kind of go with the electric aspect of what I do, but I didn't think anyone would really care, so I didn't bother with that one. But you never know, it might happen. Super chat. Look at that. Look, Tristan, you are a gorgeous person. Thank you very much indeed. That's amazing. 10, is that Australian dollars? Thank you very much indeed. That's brilliant of you. Thank you. I still need to work on my, that's something else. I want to work on some graphics so I get a, or something like that going on, you know. That will happen soon. That will, promise. No. For me, the Hadley is the best single coil RDA in there for ages. Not seen many reviews for the TI version. Holds up well. I like the Hadley. I thought the Hadley was a fantastic RDA. I'd still dig it out from time to time myself. In fact, is it there or is it in... No, it's in my to get cleaned pile, I think. Have I got it on top of something? I think it's on my to get cleaned pile. What's that there? I am overrun with D-Pro Minis. I love them. I really do love D-Pro Minis. For such a cheap and cheerful thing, the vape quality you get off them, I think is superb. Right, what else have we got going on here? We've got still running a Bombertech Pindad. There's a Velocity Deck 2. That was a cracking, that was a little RDTA that was squonkable, wasn't it? Don't have to buy new stuff. Must try this idea. Exactly, Andy. Who'd have thought it? You don't have to get the brand new spanking gear. Still rocking my recurve, but missing my recoil Rebel. I think it's the dual coils. Try paralleling up your coil in your recurve. Try wrapping it parallel. You'll get exactly the same vape. What else have we got going on? Anything else happening? Yeah, get Richard on again. Always a good double act. Yeah, he's always fun. A big yes to get Richard on the show. Look at that, look. Look at that, Richard. Aren't you loved? Hey? They want you. They want you, Ricardo. Liked that fella, says Socrates. So, right, there you go, Richard. Tell me if you're going to come on. And maybe on the, not next week, but the week after, so the next show. Let me know if you're into it. Hadion was the first more expensive audio I brought. Broke the dam. Absolutely. It'll all go wrong. Why is vaping without nicotine only for 18 plus? I think it's basically because government people think that it's a gateway when it isn't. But, you know, at the end of the day, there's no reason for anybody to start vaping if they don't smoke cigarettes, in my opinion. It's not as cool as it looks. I like the D Pro Mini, but I've gotten really hard to find. Have they really? Have they really? I think, wasn't it was there like a Christmas or a Black Friday sale or something where they were being sold for like 14 quid each or something like that? Something bonkers like that. Do you prefer the D Pro Mini over the Shogun? The vape quality, fairly similar. Fairly similar. I've got the Shogun right. Oh. Well, that's torn it. Oh, here we go. Got the Shogun right here. Now, should we have a little look and see about the airflow? Because I can't remember. It's been a while. I can't remember if the airflow is much different. I think it's a little bit tighter than the D Pro, if memory serves correct. Could be wrong. But let's have a little test. Do some science while we're here. No, it might even be a little bit, just a tiny hint of a little bit more open. It is a tiny bit taller than the D Pro Mini, just a scooch, There we go. So yeah, it's a thing. But no, vape quality, I think they both vape really well. But the D Pro Mini just so cheap, and it looks. I mean, it just looks the tits on little things like that. I really like it. Do you know of any sources for quad and triple 21700 battery carry cases? I do not. It could be worth looking at Fogstar, maybe. They might have something. Or Ecolux. I don't know if Ecolux do it, but you can have a look at both of those guys and see if either of those do anything. Otherwise, do what I said before and get one 3D printed. Boom. Everyone's a winner. Now then, oh, look at that, look, Tuny, you gorgeous bastard. Super chat, $5 from Charlie Tuny. I miss your face, you handsome devil. I love you. Mr. Addy Tuny is just a gorgeous, lovely individual. I think he's just a stunner. And I do need to get back to getting on Fresh 03 show on a Saturday. Just got to find the time to do it and all that sort of stuff. Richard says anytime. Excellent, good. Right, we'll make that happen. Next one, as long as Richard's up for it, we will we'll get him on and we'll have a little chatty poo. So you have to get yourselves together to think about kind of interesting stuff you want to know. So there we go. What is the best build for the recurve RDA? Depends on how you like to vape, Peter. For me, I like my normal build, my dual core 26 gauge stainless steel with 36 or 38 gauge wrapped around the outside, 5-6 wraps, depends on how angry I want it, and that works brilliantly for me, to be honest with you. So there we go. Is vaping, in the US, vaping is considered a tobacco product even at 0 milligram? Absolutely, it certainly is. Do you have to get a special extruder to print the bronze? No, it's just a colour filament. There's no bronze or bits in it. It's just it's just a colour. It looks cool though, doesn't it? I've got a gorgeous one coming. I've got a translucent red. If you're a 3D printing person, if you go to Rigid Ink's website and look for their PETG in translucent red, oh, it's sexual. I smoked for 35 years before I discovered vaping. Haven't touched a cig for 8 years. Vaping saved my life. Now I'm classed as a non-smoker, according to my doctor. Good lung capacity, all good. Well, fantastic. That's awesome to read, Raymond. Thank you so much for posting that one. That's superb. I'm all into that sort of stuff. Good on you. Super fast focus on that camera, Dean. Hey, it's not bad, is it? It's not. It doesn't quite have quite the Canon kind of smooth transition. It kind of goes shum shum. But no, it's I'm very happy with it. Right, what else have we got? How else for a bugger? Customize their inserts at the moment. I'm having a little look. My 510 connector on my Tesla 160 watt got stuck in a recessed position. The juice gummed up. Shot it with some D40 contact cleaner, fast drying like you. Well, there you go. Good on you. Right. And on that, unless anybody's got anything else, we are going to be out of here. It's just going to happen. It's the way forward. If I'm not doing a super late one, then it means I've got more of a job. When I finish these, I always end up having to I'm wired enough to stay awake for like an hour or two afterwards, and then at least, and then I'm shagged the next day. I'm going to put one of my vape emojis in the chat because in fact, I'll do two. I'm going to do two. There's the Have It Large one and a vape emoji. There's a little cloudy smiley face. Are you ready? Poosh. So if you're in chat, what do you think of them? Hey, what? You can get those by becoming a channel member. There's a little thing down below. So you can click on where it says become a member or something like that. It does cost. It's not free. But, you know, if you want it, you can have it. You literally get nothing for it other than a little bit of support on the channel and a couple of emojis. So, I don't know. Does that do it for you? Thinking about coming up with another style for the old T-shirts as well. Just in case you were unaware, they're available on vapingbiker.co.uk. You can go and see a bunch of the T-shirt designs that are happening over there. But I'm thinking about doing something a little bit different. So I've just got to figure out a cool, funky little design. I was going to have one that just said Have It Large, but it just that on a T-shirt looks a bit shit, to be fair. I'm not a massive one for just like just a word on a shirt, so I'm going to have to design something funky. That emoji looks green. Wow, it's your colour. You need a better monitor. But how's the Vapor vids coming on? Any more submissions? I mentioned it earlier on, Thomas. I had a few more, but not enough to construct the video from it yet. So I've got an idea to try and get a little bit more done on that, get a few more people, and we'll see how we get on. Right, on that belch, I think it's time to finish. So, thank you. Thank you so much to everybody that sticks with the channel with my infrequent uploads. I really do appreciate it. Unfortunately, it's not a laziness thing. It is down to things that I have no control over, and that's health related stuff. So, you know, I apologise that stuff doesn't come out as often as I'd like, but I hope when it does come out, it's kind of worth the wait. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of you that watch and all of my patrons for watching, for commenting, for getting involved in the live streams, and for helping support the channel and doing what I do. It means a lot to me, and it's difficult to kind of comprehend. Or I guess you guys wouldn't really get it, but there's a couple of things that kind of gets me up and gets me going through the pain and all this sort of nonsense, and that is I have to get up in the morning to feed the dog, and you know, the idea of being able to to make something, to put something together and make something look cool and different and funky, and then for you guys to watch it, it gives me that extra impetus to, rather than just kind of giving up and dying as a potato, you know. The arthritic aspects have got much worse, so you know it is a challenge. But I just wanted to say, I think we're just about 75,000 strong now. I just wanted to say from the heart, thank you so much. It means it's more than just, you know, a YouTube channel for me. It's been something that's been very significant in my existence, and I really do appreciate everything that you guys do, and also thank you for the community, because I think it's I think our little community that we get on here is amazing. I don't think we get many people that cause trouble in chat and all that sort of stuff. I think we just have a lovely little community, and once again, that's all down to you guys. So thank you so much. Right, on that one, I am gonna go. It's enough. It's enough I've got nothing else to tell you. There's nothing else of any relevance. Don't know. If anyone's got a spare 80mm macro Fuji lens X mount kicking around, let me know. Equally, if anyone wants to buy a Canon 200D with a couple of lenses, let me know about that as well. But otherwise, I'm done. Right. Thank you very much indeed. Don't forget to go and check out the Vaping Bogans channel for all the updates about what's going in Australia, because it's a flipping nightmare. And I hope that they can overcome that. I think I glanced over and someone mentioned something about some new elections coming up soon. So hopefully there will be a party that is a little bit more on the side of vaping, and a party that doesn't want people to die from cigarette and tobacco use. So fingers crossed something moves on there, but go and check him out. We'll see if we can get Richard on the next one. Don't forget, it's not happening next week. It'll be the week after. It's every other week these days. So on that note, I will see you very soon. Thank you very much. You're my favourite. You are. Oh. Have a larger.